everyone, my name is Nat and I blog over at ozchick.com. Today I'm going to be sharing with you all about reading pre-reading, which is the curriculum we've been using for our youngest daughter for preschool this year. We have used All About Spelling and All About Reading with our older students, and they really have done really well with that. And so this year I wanted to try a preschool curriculum, which I hadn't really done before. And so I thought I would share a little bit about what came in the package, and a little about our experience with it. We haven't quite finished it yet, so I can't really tell you the entire experience, but I can share a little bit about how it's gone so far. So we received the deluxe version. All About Reading Pre-Reader comes with a basic kit, or you can get the deluxe kit. The deluxe kit includes a tote bag. It also comes with a puppet and a container for the flashcards, in addition to everything that you get with your basic kit. So let's go through it. So first up, we have this bag, and we can carry everything around with that. This actually was quite helpful, just to be able to have a bag that we recognized as being her things, and we could easily also throw in crayons and other bits and pieces that we needed if we were using her curriculum on the go. What else does it come with? This comes with, this is the index card box. This one comes with the deluxe kit. The contents is in the regular kit though. So you get the dividers and you get these little flashcards with your regular basic set as well. Next one. Okay, we have the teacher guide. The teacher guide, if you're familiar with All About Reading, this guide gives you all the words that you need to say to your student. It tells you at the beginning of each lesson, it will tell you what you need to get out of your bag, and what page you will need from the student kit. And then it shows you all the different activities you're going to do for that particular lesson. Now, we typically do a lesson over the course of one day, but your student may need you to do it over the course of several days, and that's okay. You can work at your student's pace. So our first section here, this is lesson 8, capital H is the first letter. And so this has us singing the alphabet song to begin with, and this is with every lesson. It starts with the alphabet song. And then it has activities that relate to the letter of the day. And then on the final page, it will have an activity. So in this particular lesson, we're using the puppet that comes with the kit, and the puppet is having us do a rhyming lesson. Other lessons will include working out the first sound, counting out syllables. Some of these will be with the puppet, some will not be with the puppet. Speaking of the puppet, this one is Ziggy. Ziggy comes with a deluxe set, or you can get the basic set and then buy a Ziggy standalone. You can also use a toy that you already have in your home. My daughter just adored Ziggy so much, so I'm really, really glad that we actually had this puppet. It just made reading really come alive for her, and it became her absolute favorite lesson and favorite thing to do during the day. We also have 2 readers. These are hardcover, so they're nice and sturdy, and so if you have more children coming through, they're going to hold up really nicely. The first book is Zigzag Zebra, and this one has all of your capital letters, and then it has a small story that comes, like a poem that comes with each, that it goes with each letter. And so each lesson, you will read one of those stories to your child. And in the first section of the book, you'll help them identify the letter of the week or the letter of the day in that story. The second book, Lizard Lou, this one has 3 poems for each lesson, and they all relate to a particular letter. So in the case of D, D is for deer, and one of the poems talks about a deer, another poem talks about a donkey, and another poem talks about a dandelion. And so your student starts to recognize the sound of what sound the letter D makes, and identifies the pictures that start with D in the poem. Finally, this has a book of letters. This is this has worksheets for the child. These are to be colored in, and the back of each craft sheet will tell you what's required for that particular lesson. So, for example, with the letter R, in this particular lesson, it says you will need crayons, orange and red construction paper. And then it tells you to color the letter R and the rest of the picture with crayons, cut leaves and leaf shapes out of orange and red construction paper, and then glue them onto the page. And so you will need a few things such as crayons and scissors, glue, fabric scraps, paper scraps, things like that, in order to do the craft activity. Though you don't have to do what they say either. So if you don't have any of those things and all you have is crayons or pencils, that's totally fine. And you can still, your student will still really enjoy doing the project, even if you don't have all of the things that they suggest. The back, so the book itself, now there's 2 other things. Sorry, there's 2 more things that come with this kit, and I have them on the wall right now. One of them is a poster with the uppercase alphabet, and the second is a poster with the lowercase alphabet. The book itself is divided into 3 sections. The first section goes over capital letters, the second goes over lowercase letters, and the third section goes over the sounds that each letter makes. Each of these sections has 26 lessons to correspond with the 26 letters of the alphabet. So with the first section is capital letters, and so you'll have the capital letter poster up on your wall, and you'll use that poster to sing the alphabet with your child, and they can identify the letters as you sing the alphabet each time you have a lesson. The first section, it starts off pretty easy for the student. You sing the alphabet song, do some activities for the capital letter A, and then you start to work with identifying a rhyming sound, and that can be quite difficult for some little children, and that may be off-putting to some people. I would suggest doing your best with it, and if they don't really get it, that's fine. Just keep moving on. These concepts will continue to be they'll revisit these concepts throughout the curriculum. So you don't have to fear them not getting it. I would say it took a few months for my daughter to really understand, oh, that rhymes with, this word rhymes with that word. And she recently has started just coming up with them on her own. So that's been really fun. But it has taken us most of the year to get to that point. The second section is lowercase letters. Let me come to lowercase. Okay, so second section, part 2, lowercase. For example, lowercase c. So again, we're seeing the alphabet. This time, the poster that you change out the poster on your wall for the lowercase poster, and so you'll sing using that poster instead. You'll be using the Lizard Lou book as your for the poem for that particular one, and you'll have a craft activity as well. Now, the one thing that it does suggest you do is it suggests you do 2 additional activities that help you to reinforce the letter of the day or the week, however it is that you're doing your program. These are suggested in the appendix on the back. They include such as using Play-Doh, going on a letter hunt, finding alphabet stamps to stamp that particular letter of the day. So they're very fun and very easy and enjoyable activities for your preschooler or your kindergarten student. I didn't always find I had time to incorporate those particular activities in. Sometimes all I could do was give my daughter a page from a handwriting book and then have her work on that. And that's okay. That's okay. But the more you can get, the more you can do, and the more hands-on activities that you can give your child to do, the quicker they'll pick it up, and the easier it will become for them. The final section, we work on the sounds. So we're starting to look at the sound of A. So A says A. It works on that first sound. It doesn't work on all of the sounds. You'll learn the rest of the sounds in level 1 of All About Reading. This just works on that first sound. So A says A, as in apple. And it will also have you using both the Lizard Lou and the Zigzag Zebra book again, depending on the particular lesson that you have. It also has activity sheets. This particular one for the letter A has some pictures at the bottom, and you would attach the corresponding picture according to the sound onto that page. Now, there's in the so we've also got the flashcards here. These are not used for every single lesson, but they are used for a fair amount of them. Particularly, I found mostly in the they really do start to get used a lot in the second section of the book. There are different games. Some of them you're identifying what the first sound is. So find the ones that start with for example. You may do that with this. So we have rake, rake, and ring. Other ones may have you find the things that rhyme. And there's different activities. So you might have like a little picture of a wagon, and you put 3 different pictures into that wagon, and your child has to work out which one doesn't belong. So they try and make it a little fun. They try and make it a little fun. Okay, so that is a little bit about All About Reading, pre-reading. I have written more on my blog about it, so if I haven't covered anything here, hopefully I've got it covered there. But of course, if you have questions, feel free to ask me, and I will do my best to answer any questions. Okay, happy homeschooling, and I hope this is a program that you might check out.
Are we allowed to play with him?
Okay, so are you excited about this, Eva?
Yeah!